Scandals plaguing the IRS will again be the focus of Washington today. A Treasury Department report will unveil details of lavish spending by the tax agency on employee conferences, while a House committee will hear for the first time from conservative groups who were targeted by the IRS. Yesterday, the new leader of the IRS had to face the music. Acting Commissioner Daniel Werfel made his first public appearance since taking over. He said the IRS betrayed the public's trust and promised to change the agency's behavior.
This is obviously a difficult time for the agency, and the public is rightly concerned and upset, as am I, about the inappropriate and unacceptable actions highlighted in the recent Inspector General's report regarding the 501c4 application process. Working together, though, I am confident that we can address the problems that exist and move forward with a better and more effective IRS.
Well, joining us now is Caroline Horn, CBS News Senior Producer for Politics. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, Anne-Marie.
So Danny Werfel, he steps into quite a hornet's nest trying to tackle this whole scandal. What did he have to say about the IRS scandal yesterday?
Well, I think one lawmaker said it best when he said to Mr. Werfel, congratulations, if that's the right word, on your appointment. This was the first time we had heard from the new acting commissioner of the IRS, and he was quite contrite. He said that his main task is to restore trust in the agency and to make Americans feel like they could put faith in this agency that collects all of our taxes. To that end, he talked about a comprehensive review that he's put into place and that will be taking place at the IRS over the next several weeks.
So did he give any more details about how he plans to restore the public's trust at all?
Well, one thing he talked about specifically was this backlog of applications by these conservative groups that were looking for tax-exempt status. And he said by the end of the week he wanted to have a plan in place for how to clear out that backlog and move forward with the process.
Now, just to make matters worse, if anybody was sort of losing interest in the IRS scandal, I'm sure they perked up after seeing some of those videos of the dances of some of the IRS employees. So now we have a report indicating that the IRS spent $50 million of taxpayers' money on lavish conferences between 2010 and 2012. What did Mr. Werfel have to say about that?
Well, he tried to get out ahead of this actually last Friday when we first got word about what was going to be in this report, and he said it was an unfortunate vestige of a prior era. But, you know, some of the details of these conferences are just remarkable. The worst one is a $4 million conference in California in 2010. That's where you saw those videos where they spoofed the Star Trek movies and they showed employees line dancing. There were also tickets to baseball games, and some people got to stay in the presidential suites of some fancy hotels. So this is certainly something that the IRS now has to answer for as well, beginning this Thursday with a hearing on the House side of Congress about the conferences.
Indeed, just when you think this portion of the scandal is basically all there is, once you take a closer look, there's all this other stuff happening too. The investigation is not over, I presume. What is next? More committee hearings?
Many more committee hearings beginning today, with a bunch of the leaders of these conservative Tea Party groups are going to be appearing before the House Ways and Means Committee to talk about their experiences being targeted and being told that they couldn't get tax-exempt status. I just mentioned the hearing on Thursday about the conferences, and there's still this question out there about who ordered and who knew about the targeting. Darrell Issa, the Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee, says he has evidence that this went beyond the Cincinnati office of the IRS and involved Washington officials. The Obama administration still maintains that this was really the focus of just the Cincinnati office.
Yeah, Mr. Werfel talked about the public losing trust in the agency. What else has been the fallout here?
Well, there's one interesting fallout from the hearing yesterday, which is that it was before a subcommittee of the Appropriations Committee. And that was because Werfel was there talking about the money that the IRS needs in the next budget year. And the Obama administration had actually asked for more money for the IRS to help it implement certain parts of the Obama health care law. And as you can imagine, that didn't go over very well with Republicans.
Indeed. Caroline Horn, CBS News Senior Producer for Politics. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.